Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From myself, Kevin Moyles, and my co-host, Jade Slusarczyk, we'd like to welcome you to the Taom Shootout.
This is an Orange Media production brought to you live by FreeSports TV. And Kev, where are we actually filming tonight? I think you should tell everyone.
I do believe we're playing from the Q8 Sports Bar and Grill in Wigan!
For any of you that do not know the rules, Kev, would you like to quickly run through?
Sure, by all means. So the referee for this evening, a little bit of a round of applause please for Rick Lloyd. Thank you very much, Rick. The timer for this evening is Matt Clark. Thank you very much, Matt Clark.
Come on, guys.
So it's a race to 5. It's played with black ball rules. It's a 30-minute match. 30-second shot clock. After 15 minutes, it drops to 20 seconds. If the scores are level, 2-all, 3-all, 4-all, it goes to a black ball shootout. There is a 5-second countdown clock. Earlier on, what was going on earlier on?
So for any of you at home who have missed today's action, here is a little clip so you can catch up on what happened earlier today.
Oh, he's just okay, I think. A little bit closer to that yellow than what he would have liked, but there's a little bit of signs of nerves creeping in, I think.
It's not ideal.
Now he's getting a bit closer to the line. He's played it well. Just drop this in. Yeah, it's perfect. And that's it. 8-ball for the match. And there it goes.
Yeah, George Tierney, to be fair, he played a very good match. Apart from past the black, into the centre. I think it probably does. He's had a good look at it. And if it does, then it is all there for him. And in goes the black. A great performance from Steve Wall. Jordan Shepherd knows his work is done. I'm sure Chris Manning would have feared the worst when he popped White off that free.
That's that, fans.
And drops the black, and Craig Marsh moves on to the quarterfinals with a 5-1. Simon's still going to look to pull out the big shot to entertain the crowd here. How many cushions is he going to attempt to pop this black off? No, chooses just to go straight. He did line up a few options. And the work is done. Simple black for the match. And in it goes. Martin Mac. And in goes black, and a really good finish for JJ Fall to get himself victory in this match with a 5. Controlled it really well. And in goes the black to complete victory.
And welcome back for our first game. Let's give a big round of applause. His hometown is Dublin. He is the real #1, the most successful money player of all time. It's George, the real #1, Tierney! George, here we are. We're down to the money stages. How do you think it went earlier on?
I played okay, didn't I?
You played very well.
Yeah, I played well enough. Just getting used to the table. I think I'll be even better now.
Have you played Steve before?
No.
How do you reckon it's going to go?
He can't win.
He can't win?
No, he can't win.
He can't win because he's playing the real number one. Thank you very much. Cheers, George. Wish George all the best. Out next, his nickname is 8-Ball. He's from Warrington. Let's get him out. It's Steve, the 8-Ball. Whoa!
Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Get ready, get steady, and rumble. Everybody rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Get ready,
I'm a local favourite.
and rumble. Everybody rumble.
So what was it like earlier on to get one over on Seb?
Yeah, he was due one, wasn't he, to be fair? He was due one.
He was definitely due on. I believe you had a money match beforehand.
Yeah.
How did the money match go?
Long time ago, I can't remember, Kev.
It was asked you earlier on though, which would you prefer to win, that one or the money match?
The money match, obviously, yeah.
I reckon you should get his cap for this.
Yeah, definitely. I probably need it more than he does.
And as it goes, George says that you can't win.
Yeah, he's probably right.
Let's give him a round of applause. The players, let's go.
Well, here we go. Those of you that have been with us over the past year and watched plenty of Paul on Free Sports, you will have seen nothing like this. This really is something a little bit different. The players under extreme pressure with a very quick shot clock that cuts down to 20 seconds after 15 minutes. It is a race to 5, but if it's a timed match, and if there is no result after 30 minutes, then the score as it stands will stand. And if it's a draw, we go to a black ball shootout. First match, George Tierney versus Steve Wall. I think it's fair to say George Tierney is not short of confidence. A man with extreme belief. Self-proclaimed real number one. And he has won the lag, and it is he to break. What a crunching break to start this match. Well, a brilliant break from George Tierney. Gives himself a good opportunity to get going in this match. This is the sort of split you can dream of at the beginning of a match. No problems anywhere on the table. Probably just needs to be fraction careful getting on to the black, but the reds at the top of the table all have pockets. I would say he's taken his time just to make sure, but with only a 30-second shot clock, doesn't really have time to take his time. And just a nice angle to drift down for the black. In drops the 8-Ball, and George Tierney starts the match with a very impressive break, followed with the dish, and he moves 1-0 up. You'll see plenty of crowd interaction. We're going to see this all night long. The crowd are encouraged to interact with the players, and you can see there Steve Wall absolutely loving the atmosphere out there. Steve played Seb Webb this afternoon and played a really impressive match. Only made one, maybe two mistakes in the whole match. He played a very impressive game. But a disastrous start from here. Stuns the white straight into the centre pocket. That is driver error. immediately Seb Webb comes to the table. Seb Webb. George Tierney comes to the table with a good opportunity to go 2-0 ahead. Free shot to open up the table following that foul. Just nudging the yellow on. I'll look to go yellows. He does have more work than he had when he made the breaking dish in frame 1. Just needs to negotiate those yellows on the left-hand side. But every yellow does have a pocket. He just may have to take them in the right order. He was playing for the cannon on the red and didn't get into the white anywhere near enough, and the white straight into the centre pocket. And quickly this frame's going to turn over to Steve Wall, who gets to get his hand on the table for the first time. You see that grimace from Steve. He knows that he's not played the best shot there. Just trying to get that yellow onto the bottom rail and get it out the way, and then he can attack the reds. But by putting the yellow where he has, it's made one of the reds half awkward. In fact, the red he's going for now. Right, he's half recovered the situation. He's made the ball, but he's not landed great on his next ball. Slightly nervy visit from Steve Wall, hasn't settled yet in this match. The first shot following that foul from George Tierney gave him all his problems. A delightful shot from George Tierney, just making the frame a bit easier for him by developing the black. Could have left it where it was, backed himself to get on it, but if you can knock it out into the open, he says why not. I think he's just about straight enough on this yellow to the bottom right corner. He can just screw back to where his hand is now, on and off the cushion. Would have liked a fuller contact on that red, just to hold the white off the rail. But strokes the black in. Needed 2 efforts this time, but George Tierney does win the frame and moves himself 2-0 in front. And this time Steve will be frustrated, because once George Tierney had gone in off, he would have fully expected to come to table and make the finish. Slightly loose first shot with his free shot, just made things awkward and he couldn't recover. And in this short format, an early mistake can really find the match getting away from yourself. Just avoided the middle pocket, but the white stays on the table. See, that just catches the jaw, but he makes a couple of balls, gives himself another good opportunity. This time he gets it all wrong. Misses the pot, thought he was cannoning the yellow, missed the cannon on the yellow, white flies in off. So Steve Wall had cue ball in hand in the last frame, could not take advantage. Can he do it this time? A slightly easier chance for Steve Ball in this frame than the previous. Just needs to guard against getting the white out. A couple of options, ways he could play it. Could go wrong, might take the one on the rail first. If he takes one on the rail, if he takes one on the left-hand side first, he's got to worry that, watch the white coming too far across the table and getting blocked off by the black. So, delicate shot. And he played that really, really well. Just controlled the white just perfectly. Just checking, the black does go down to the bottom right-hand corner. Well, he controlled the previous shot perfectly. This time he doesn't quite get into the white enough and leaves himself a missable black. I'm not even sure if he had the full pocket. I mean, he's right behind that, he doesn't miss it. So you have to say that I still expected him to make the pot, but it was the positional error that was the problem. There's a lovely pot from George Tierney. Players have talked about these pockets all day, how they're in these black ball tables, how they're quite tight down the rails, and the previous shot that George Tierney played when he managed to cue it in nicely from hampered cueing with the black as well. He's already set himself up in this chance. And in goes the 8 ball, and George Tierney makes the counter clearance and moves himself 3-0 ahead. And he is edging closer to that finish line. And Steve Ball hasn't really got himself going yet, had chances in both the last 2 frames, and he would have expected to make both of them. Dry break from Steve Ball, really not happening so far in this match for him. First opportunity once again goes to the Irishman. And that's come out okay. Played it with pace, wanted to get that red moving away from the pocket. He's achieved that. I think every red now has a pocket. That's not a great shot. Probably wisely decided to get that red out the way as early as possible. Perhaps the hardest ball for him to get on. But position off it, knocking the black awkward, covering a red up. Creating more work for himself than he wants. And he's stroked another pop down the railing, lovely, and landed with a really nice angle. Right, he can clip this in, and he may be able to screw on and off and just avoid the yellow, or he may use the yellow as to hold the white. Yeah, a bit of both. And he's landed on this red nicely, but it still needs to be cued in. George Tierney makes a reverse dish, and he moves 4-0 ahead inside 14 minutes in this match. George Tierney, an interesting character, one that divides opinion, making a name for himself in the pool world using social media to do so. Played a number of money matches. He'll tell you that he's won far more than he's lost, but no real accurate way of determining that. And that's unlucky. Whereas a previous in-off, it was straight into the centre pocket. This time it gets pinballed in, the white going all over the table. So Steve Wall in a world of trouble at 4-0 down and time running out on the clock, but he does have another opportunity to get himself into this match. Used his free shot just to develop a yellow. And then he was going after yellows, but lost the white already. 2 shots into this visit. All he has left is a double. I think this is something we've seen throughout the day in this severe format where you're under pressure from ball one, time pressure, match time pressure, pressure of the tournament and the spectators. If you get off to a slightly poor start, you just don't have the time to settle and get yourself back into the match. Steve Wall had a really good opportunity in frame 2 and a better opportunity in frame 3. They both went begging, and that's why he finds himself 4-0 behind. And that could well be Steve Wall's last mistake in this match. You can see the frustration on his face. He knows he just has not got going at all. He did play really well this afternoon, knocking out Seb Webb. Just played a really good match. Took out 3 or 4 really good finishes under pressure. And then next match on, just hasn't been able to settle. That's not gone well as well. Just losing the white at key times is George. I think he can just snick this red back into the centre pocket. Might be able to recover the situation. I don't think the red above the black's too much of a problem. He gets low on it. I think he can drop it into the centre pocket. Well, the referee has called a foul. Black first. Well, I thought I heard the referee call foul, but I think perhaps probably just somebody from the crowd. Yeah, I think no, that looked clean to me, looked no problem, and that red he's just made from hampered queuing was exceptional. Another tough back black left, but this is for the match. Well, we've seen George Tierney cue really well throughout this match, make a number of good pots and recovery pots, but I think he's just thrown one in there, didn't cue that one anywhere near as smooth as he has previous efforts. It was a tough pot, granted. I did think the way he's been queuing in this match, I did fancy him to make it. Oh, what a way that would have been to win a match. Brilliantly judged by George Tierney, but it stays up and Steve Wall has one more chance. But he is hanging on. This time he hasn't got the total snooker. But he can't cut this back into the centre pocket. He can't take it onto the corner because he's going off. So what can he do? Slamming the double. What a way to win the match. Brilliant performance by George Tierney. Well, it really is brilliant. He played some great pool in the match, took 2 finishes out off the break. A couple of very good finishes in between. And it is the Irishman that moves on to the semi-final with a 5-0 victory over Steve Wall. In truth, Steve didn't really settle, but perhaps that's partly down to the way George started this match with a brilliant break and a break and dish. And we're going to go down to the arena and get a few words with him, with Jade.
Georgie boy, you are on fire tonight. Your first match, you won 5-1, and now you've just done 5-0. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I knew I'd do better than the 5-1 earlier on. You know, I was a bit disgusted with dropping the frame, so I knew I'd do 5-0 tonight.
You must be so confident on winning this thing now, how you've been playing today.
You should look around all the other players in it. I can't lose.
And this is your second time in the shootout. He's confident, we all like it. Second time in the shootout. How much do you like playing in this event?
Oh, I love it. I love this atmosphere. This is what I'm all about. This is what pool should be about.
And can the real number one go all the way?
Of course, I go all the way, all the time.
We wish you all a lot. Good luck for it. We'll look forward to seeing you later.
Thanks very much, Jade.
Well, George Tierney in fine form, and he moves on to the semi-finals of this Taom Shootout in Wigan. And we will take a break and come back with our second match, Jordan Shepherd versus Craig Marsh.
Welcome back to the Taom Shootout. So wasn't that a treat? We saw George win 5-1 in the first one, then 5-0. So out we've got coming next, after the real number one, I believe this guy's the real number one from Wales, but we'll see. His actual hometown when he was like a kid was Bridgetown, but Bridgend even, Bridgend. But he's now living in Doncaster. He is the Welsh wizard. His name is Jordan Shepherd.
I could feel it, I could feel it, you know I said it's true. I could feel the love, can you feel it too? I could feel it, I could feel it, yeah.
So Sheppy, how did it go in the first round there, pal? How did it go in the first round?
Pretty easy, just played one of them 9-ball boys and pretty easy to be fair.
Have you enjoyed the atmosphere so far?
No, I'm only kidding. Melon was pretty unlucky, but it's been brilliant, yeah. It's been different class.
And the chap you're playing next, I know he's a good friend of yours. You probably grew up together, or was he a bit of a local rival when you were kids?
Just one of them I've got to put up with. But I'd like to give a shout out to my little lad. I think he's watching, David. I think he's watching. I hope he is, isn't he? But shout out to you, little man. Love you. Happy days. Shout out from me to David. Shout out to David. Yay! Thank you very much, my friend. Top man. So, up next, from Swansea, the list of achievements is incredible. 2017 IPA World Champion, 2010 EBA Masters Champion, Welsh Open winner 5 times, World Series winner in Morocco. From Swansea, it is Craig Marshy Marsh!
You take a broom and sweep my yard. You better brush it good, or we go fall apart. Don't give me no sugar thing. You have all day and night. I had to satisfy, so you better do it right. What you waiting for? Put your back in it. Just a little more. Throw your waist in it now. Tell your body you can walk it hard and long. When you finish that, how are you go downtown?
So, here we go again. How'd it go in that first round? You enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I was nervous with playing the local lad, but I enjoyed it. It was good.
Lad. The abuse the crowd were giving you. But that's what this Taom Shootout is about. It's not. There's not people being quiet on the shot.
No.
It's a lot of abuse. How do you feel you handled it?
Yeah, I thought I handled it all right. With a bit of luck now, I'll give him an eye and all and get in the next round.
So you've played Jordan a few times, I'm sure. What do you reckon your head-to-head is in your mind?
Oh, I'm miles in front. Miles in front.
Listen, a round of applause for these players, Craig Marsh and Jordan Shepherd. Thank you very much.
Yeah, here we go, second quarter-final, Jordan Shepherd and Craig Marsh, both from Wales. Local rivals, but both absolute superstars in the world of pool. Both multiple winners on the biggest stage. Craig Marsh also has that world title to his name. And it is he that wins the lag, and he will break first. Jordan Shepherd, of course, he won the inaugural Taom Shootout back end of last year. Second favourite for this event coming in with the bookies. In my mind, probably deserved to be favourite just because he is arguably the quickest player on the planet, and if any format was ever going to suit anyone, then this format suits him. Absolutely huge break. You could feel the power that Craig Marsh got into that one, but he has come up dry, and I'm not sure how. Jordan Shepherd has chosen to go reds. I think this red to the bottom left corner will go off the yellow, but I'm not sure he can use the other yellow. Well, I know he can't, to open up the black. So cannons into the black. And he's been, I would say, a touch unfortunate there because he's played the shot to perfection. But the yellow going up and potting the red at the top end of the table, that would have been a good option for his next ball. But a great recovery pot. Bit of a grimace, and I think that's probably overran position a few inches from perfect, but he's still okay. Didn't want the cannon on the yellow. Was trying to avoid that when he was swinging it around 3 cushions. Catches the yellow, leaves it awkward. He does have this pot to the bottom left-hand corner, but needs to avoid the yellows with the white. He'll be pleased that he can see the red, but has he got enough angle to be able to go up and down the table? Looks a little straight to me. Might have to accept some sort of double on the black. No, able to create the angle. Fantastic shot. Jordan Shepherd drops the 8 ball to complete the reverse dish. A bit like the first match, we get off to an absolute flyer in this quarter-final. That visit tells you everything you need to know about Jordan Shepherd. Creative, quick fire. For me, when Jordan Shepherd's in full flow, there is no better sights in the pool world. Well, it's his turn to come dry, and Craig Marsh's first opportunity at the table. Looks like he's eyeing those reds up. Just that red on the right-hand side. He's got a red near it, so should be able to open it up nicely. Looks a nice angle. Would love just to be able to roll through and just nudge the yellow. Exactly what he's done. Maybe a little thin on it now, but he doesn't have to take it now. He's got options at the top end of the table. He's made a really good cut down the rail. That wasn't as easy as he made it look. This is still tough. Had to take it to the long pocket. Only way he could get position, or only way he had a chance of getting position. Couldn't drop it in the middle because it was too acute, and even if he makes it, he'd be on nothing. But even though he's made it to the top pocket, he is still on nothing. I just want to apologise if you hear any swearing coming from the crowd. There's a live audience out there, and they are all in very boisterous mood. That's a great shot from Craig Marsh to keep this visit going. And in goes the 8 ball, and Craig Marsh says, anything you can do, I can do as well, Jordan Shepherd. One frame apiece, one reverse dish apiece. Both players look to be in fantastic form in this quarter-final match. Of course, both players did look to be in great form this afternoon. Jordan Shepherd coming through against Chris Melling in a bit of a cracker. Definitely the match of the tie of the round on paper. And Craig Marsh coming through against the local hero, Matt Lawrenson. This time Craig manages to hit the same big break, and the results are better. He's made a ball. I'm not sure he's got a great opening shot on. Oh, he's got no shot on yellow. Can he get into those reds? Might be able to make a long plant. And he can. Does this red just below the black? If it goes to the left corner, then these could unfold quite quickly. Oh, it clearly goes. And this time, rather than having to take the red to the long pocket, he can just drop this into the centre pocket if he chooses. Oh, surprising miss, but those shots to the middle pocket are always quite acute, and you need a lot of care on those. Easy to miss those. Still didn't expect it. Jordan Shepherd looks like he's in the sort of mood to punish any mistake. Jordan Shepherd, I should say, makes very light work of that counter clearance as expected, and he moves 2-1 ahead in this quarter-final match. And getting very involved with the crowd. He looks to be in very relaxed mood and enjoying himself out there, enjoying being centre stage. And he catches this break really well, makes a ball. What's his split like? Not brilliant. Well, his big problem is the red towards the top left-hand area of the table, but I don't know if he's looking to play the one he's nearest to, or the other one up to the top left, off the yellow, just to open up the pocket. Yeah, played that very well. Didn't have that much. Sometimes you can play those in their big pockets, but that one he had to be really careful with. Plays it really well, and now he has the table at his mercy. In goes the 8 ball, and a big cheer from the crowd as Jordan Shepherd moves 3-1 ahead, really punishing the mistake in the previous frame from Craig Marsh by counter clearing and then dropping in a break and dish to move 2 frames clear. And once again we see, once you make a mistake or let things get away from you, these matches, they're so quick fire, they can get away from you so quickly. Less than what felt like 4 or 5 minutes absolutely at most ago, it looked like Craig Marsh was clearing up to take a 2-1 lead. And now Jordan Shepherd's at the table, cue ball in hand, great opportunity to go 4-1 ahead. Oh, he uses his free shot, makes 2 balls, 1 of each colour, but it still means that colours are yet to be determined. Still an open table, can still go reds or yellows, and of course if he misses, it would still be an open table, but he is not going to miss from here. Well, I'm assuming that red at the top of the table must go comfortably to 1 or both of those top pockets, because otherwise he could have taken yellows, and yellows, if that red at the top doesn't go, the yellows would be easier. And Jordan Shepherd sinks another 8 ball to the left-hand middle pocket and completes the reverse dish. That is as severely punishing your opponent for making a mistake as there is possible. Craig Marsh makes the error. Counter clearance, break dish, reverse dish. What looked like going 2-1 to Craig Marsh is now 4-1 to Jordan Shepherd. Wow, plenty of airtime on that break. Absolutely crunched him. Now watch this white. Flies up towards the camera. Makes a ball, gets a really good split. Great opportunity to wrap this match up in double quick time. I think there's enough room for that red to the top left to get on that. There's plenty of room at the well, either side of the yellow that's half blocking it. As the match just ticks over the 15-minute mark, and we are into a 20-second shot clock. I think Jordan Shepherd was a touch lucky to be left with that gap through to that yellow. He wasn't trying to cannon the black on his previous shot, but looks to be taking full advantage of that little bit of luck. And that was a very precise positional shot he's just played as well. Just when he was 1 ball away from winning the match, he misses a pot you'd expect him to get. Well, we've seen earlier in this match a mistake by Craig Marsh. It felt like it cost him 3 frames because this is the first time he's got his hand on the table since. Now, can he do the same to Jordan Shepherd? Can he punish a mistake? Oh, that's not the best positional shot he's played. I think he's just about come far enough to be able to take this black into the centre pocket. Yeah, in it goes, and he does manage to get a frame back on the board. And he now trails by 4 frames to 2. But he's now battling more than just Jordan Shepherd. He's battling the clock as well. We're down to the final 12-13 minutes of this match. He's 2 frames behind. He needs to win a minimum of 2 frames to at least get himself back in with a chance of potentially a black ball shootout. You see 12 minutes 25 on the clock. Another dry break from Craig Marsh, so it's another opportunity for Jordan Shepherd to wrap the match up. Well, just when he thought, I think when he started singing along with the crowd, I think he thought he'd won the match. Guys, I don't think he could believe he could make a mistake from there. He was so wide open at the bottom end of the table. But that really was a slack shot from Jordan Shepherd, and now he has got to work very hard to try and make this finish. Well, he really is giving Craig Marsh some hope in this match. Wanted to be on this red on the bottom end of the table. I don't think he is. I think he's come back just too far. Well, maybe he can just see enough. It's very tight. He's only got 3 seconds left. I think Craig Marsh just lost track of the shot clock. Couldn't make his mind up whether that ball went or not. When he realised he didn't think it did, didn't have time to come up with another option and had to try and make it anyway. Going in off just adds insult to the situation. And now a simple 2 balls for Jordan Shepherd to book his place in the semi-finals. And Craig Marsh concedes by throwing his towel on the table. He knew it was over. And a very good performance by Jordan Shepherd to get himself into the semi-finals by 5 frames to 2. He really did play a brilliant match up to 4-1. Made a couple of mistakes towards the end when he thought he'd won it, but was able to hold himself together. And Craig Marsh gave him one more opportunity in that frame. And we will go down to Jade, who will get a few words out of Jordan Shepherd.
We're just here with Jordan, the Welsh wizard. You're certainly living up to your name tonight, Jordan.
That was pretty easy. He's just like a bit of an amateur player, you know what I mean? I think, like, if he wasn't so big, he'd be in my pocket, but obviously, just one of them things.
Even though he's a Welsh Open champion 5 times?
He's given me enough beatings over the years. He's due a few back, and he's getting them now.
But you're going to be the real Welsh winner tonight.
Hopefully, I hope you're right.
So this is a special event for you. You did win our last Taom Shootout. Do you think you can make it 2 times tonight?
Probably. I've got a bye next. I play George, so it's like an easy game. But it's like probably 5-1, 5-0 maybe. But I'm not sure yet.
So you're going to show them who the real number 1 is?
Probably, yeah.
Yep. So we wish you all the best of luck for the next match. We'll look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. That was for you, David. Love you.
Love you, David.
Right, thank you.
Well, Jordan Shepherd in fine spirits as he moves into the semi-finals, and where he will play the real number 1, George Tierney from Ireland. Next up for us, it is Simon Fitzsimmons versus Craig Lakin, and we will join that match after the break.
Welcome back to the Taom Shootout. What an epic night this has been so far. So up next, from Bury, we have the bouncer. He's a world champion runner-up. His name is Simon, the bouncer, Fitzsimmons! What a buzz. What a buzz this is. How'd it go for you earlier on, pal?
Yeah, I managed to get through earlier on, through the qualifying round, 5-0 in the end. But yeah, just nice to get through.
Yeah, and I believe the last one, you made it to the final?
Lost to Mr. Shepherd in the first one.
You lost to the eyes. You lost to the eyes.
Lost to the eyes, yeah, so hopefully go one better tonight.
It's a fantastic event. Taom are a great sponsor, so are K8.com. Where do you see this going in the future? Are you enjoying it?
Sky's the limit.
I agree. The sky is the limit. Thank you very much. Cheers, pal. Round of applause, please. Simon Fitzsimmons. Up next, from Derby, the IPA winner, the Players Amateur Champion, the Babto Singles Champion. Won his first one, 5-2. Here he is. Here's Craig, the money-making Lakin!
Chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music. The moment you own it, you better never let go. You only get one shot. Do not miss.
Craig, my friend, how do you think it went in the first one?
I got through. I didn't play that well, but I got through. That's the main thing, and looking forward to this match.
Fantastic. And have you played Simon before?
Yeah, I've got a really good record against him. I always beat him, so it's great. It's basically a bye to get through.
It's a bye? Could this be the first time that he beats you?
No.
It's a definitive no. Listen, a round of applause for Simon and Craig. Thank you.
We are underway in our third quarter-final. Both players look to be in confident mood. Simon Fitzsimmons did come through 5-0 earlier on this afternoon against Jack Neal. And Craig Lakin 5-2 against Martin McIntosh in a match that he touched on. He didn't play his best, but he still did enough good work. 3 or 4 finishes from the break, and still says he didn't play his best. Well, that's probably down to a couple of frames where he missed a few he wouldn't have expected. But when he plays well, he really can roll off the frames, as can Simon Fitzsimmons, who made the final of this event at the first one back in the end of 2018. Craig Lakin has won the break, won the lag and won the break, and he's made a ball. First chance goes to Craig Lakin. I was going to say, if he can get an opening ball, these yellows look really inviting, but he was able to snick the yellow he was next to back. and he is up and running. Although he's under-hit his positional shot, wanted to be nearer the bulk line. He wanted to be able to pop that yellow into the centre pocket. Full ball snookered on it, so he's going to have to go back round the table and get back up there onto that ball. He's got a nice angle, he just needs to avoid the black and make sure he gets high enough up the table. And this time his positional shot has landed. Perfect on this yellow to the middle. And in goes the 8 ball. And a very impressive start from Craig Lakin. He moves 1-0 ahead with a break and dish. What can Simon Fitzsimmons do to respond? Big break, makes a ball. Gets a good split. I think this yellow and red that are together in the bottom left-hand part of the table, I think the yellow goes, the red doesn't. And then yellows are a chance. If that red does go, then reds are probably easier, but I don't think it does. Well, the biggest problem for him is that yellow into the left centre pocket we saw in the previous match with Craig Marsh. They are very nippy into those centre pockets, and he's quite close to the rail, so if he can get right behind it, he'll have a good chance to drop it in and have a yellow to the opposite centre waiting for him. Nicely done. When you play those from that angle, you just don't have much pocket to aim for. Pocket weights always helps the situation. Once he made it that one into the centre pocket, he would have fully would have expected to clear these up, and I do too. He has worked these out really nicely. Complete control all the way through. And this 8 ball for a break and dish of his own. And in it goes. So what a start from both players. Continuing where they left off this afternoon. There's another good break from Craig. Perhaps didn't catch it quite as clean as he can, but he'll be happy. He's made a ball. He's got a chance. Looks like Craig Marsh is going to Craig Lakin, getting my names mixed up tonight, Craig Lakin has played a safety shot. The clock is ticking, not much time for him to make his mind up now. I think Craig Lakin's going to be annoyed with the safety shot he played. Disappointed he didn't come up with something better than that to give Simon Fitzsimmons an opening. That's another really good cut into the centre pocket. And now he does have a really good opportunity for a finish. Well, I was thinking that was a touch short, but perhaps it's where he wanted it, because he's on the yellow to the bottom right, and he's got an angle to get onto the one into the left centre. And as long as he doesn't land straight, he can get out here. Looks like he's got an angle on this yellow just to be able to come on and off the cushion. Not sure if the yellow at the top end of the table goes to both corner pockets or just the left. It's the left that he's played for, and that looks to be perfect, just to screw in behind the black. No mistakes with the 8 ball, so really good finish after a poor safety shot from Craig Lakin. I think if he could, he would want that one back. Left Simon Fitzsimmons on a long pop, but a straight pop to the corner. And once he made that, it was just about keeping good, close control of the white. And, both players are debating that shot choice right now. Well, probably as big a break as he's hit today, and he's come up dry. Such a frustrating game at times, just when you steal a frame and you get yourself going. Come up dry, halts your momentum. And Craig Lakin is back at the table. Oh, that's a really loose miss. Oh, this is as easy a ball as I think I've seen Craig Lakin miss. Really surprised to see that one not drop. I think it was a good pop, but I think Simon was just trying to avoid that yellow and spin up the table. I'm not sure if this red goes into the centre pocket between black and yellow. It looks too tight to me. And if it doesn't, he is not on another ball. Well, he'll be happy with that. Knew that was a good chance when he played the shot the way he did. Craig Lakin trying to squeeze his ball, take the pocket back, not to be. I think this red still goes. Oh, second glance, perhaps not. If that red doesn't go to the top right, then there isn't really a good chance for a finish on. Difficult to see that squeezing in from this overhead camera. It was really tricky for Simon Fitzsimmons because the yellow was still always went, so the yellows were still wide open. There was no good place to hide the white, no good place to play safety, no good time to think about it, and was just running out of places to go, really. So even though he's made a really bad miss in this frame, Craig Lakin does have a good opportunity to tie the scores back up. Wow, what an incredible miss. Looked like he was almost celebrating before he spotted that one. That was as routine as it gets for Craig Lakin, gifting another opportunity to Simon Fitzsimmons. Well, he's chosen to get the black out off the cushion to make it easier. Has he compromised his position? Can he see the one nearest the pocket? He's got the one along the rail, if not. Big pocket. It's well played. And a simple black completes the job. And Simon Fitzsimmons moves 3-1 ahead and wins a frame he really had no right to. Craig Lakin looked for certain to win it, missed the simple black, and he goes 3-1 down instead of 2-2. And you can see some of the crowd getting really into this match. It's such a short format match. It's really hard to recover when you make a mistake such as Craig did in the previous frame. 2-2 or 3-1 is such a huge, scoreline difference, especially with the match clock ticking down. As we tick into the 16th minute and go into the 22nd a shot phase of the match. This dry break from Craig Lakin has given Simon Fitzsimmons good opportunity to get himself 4-1 ahead. all the yellows have a pocket. The black may just need a little nudge. He has a yellow nearby. Didn't want the cannon. But you can see when we go into the 20-second a shot phase of the match, even just taking that extra couple of seconds to think about a shot, is you can hear the crowd counting down on every shot. That's a great pot and good control. He's going to need another one. The players have been saying all day how this black ball table is playing really tight down the rails. And that just highlights it. Almost as good as he could do, getting on this red at the top end of the table, but really tough pot from here. In it flies, great shot. Now, how easy are these reds surrounding the black? Can he pot any of them without nudging or developing? I think the one below the black he can pot from the right angle, and likewise with one above it. Well, chose to play into it, using the yellow to open things up, and it's not come out brilliantly for him. He's not going to reach. And that's a foul. You have to hit a cushion after contact. Clearly not reaching. If he'd just missed that pot, then that would have been one thing. But he would have still taken a pocket and actually had an element of control in the frame. But by giving away the foul, you just make it easy for your opponent. Oh, big shake of the head from Simon. I think he's snooking himself on the yellow over the corner pocket. You can see the other yellow at the top end of the table, but with the yellow nearest the pocket sitting on the right-hand side of the pocket, yellow onto yellow is really difficult. Oh, that's a really good shot, but hasn't been left with anything particularly inviting to go at. This is really tough. Wow. The perfect line. He's on the black. Look at that. Decides to stay up. Oh, this isn't nice for Craig Lake, and he wanted to come past that, I think. If he was playing into it, it was a dangerous shot. And he concedes the frame. He knew once he'd missed that he wasn't going to get back to the table, and I guess concedes the frame in frustration, but I guess there's an element of he needs the match to get moving as quickly as possible. Because he needs, the match clock is running down, and he now needs to win at least 3 frames in the next 10 minutes or so, as Simon Fitzsimmons has moved into a 4-1 lead. Big break from Simon Fitzsimmons. Can he make a quick run to the finish line in this match now? Really nice split to go at. He's chosen to go reds. The two reds to the right-hand side. They don't go to its obvious middle pocket. I'm sure if they plant to the top right, he can get on them to the top left. He's just working it out. Yeah, he's just working out how he wants to go about those two reds nearest the right centre pocket. Well, I think he chose to move into them, but missed the cannon, caught the black. And now is he looking at potential plant to the top right corner? They're not, I don't think they're set straight, but they're not far away. Or is he eyeing up some sort of clip into the centre pocket? Off the red, off the yellow. Didn't get the white he wanted. Well, with the clock ticking down to the last couple of seconds, wasn't able to come up quickly with something to go at. Well, it's a miss from Craig Lakin, but he knew what he was doing with the white. Knew he wasn't leaving anything too open for Simon to go at. I think he's played the treble, not the double, just the way Craig Lakin tapped the table would suggest that, you know, he thought he was going for the treble. Well, either way, it's gone in. It has left him an opportunity, but this is tough. He knew as soon as he hit it, he got it wrong. Now Craig Lakin is going to be looking for this yellow off the red to open up the pocket for his other yellows. And there it goes, great shot. In goes the 8-ball with 5 minutes 30 left on the clock. Craig Lakin cuts his deficit to 4-2. He still needs to win a minimum of 2 frames to get this match into a black ball shootout. And he has only just over 5 minutes to do it, which is why he was trying to hurry the referee up to rack these balls up quickly. Well, he's made a ball. Look how quickly he hits the pack after the triangle is removed. He's made a ball. He's given himself an opportunity. You know, he's going to need to take these out really quickly to put the pressure onto Simon Fitzsimmons. He has a chance, but that red next to the black in the middle of the table, it does need to be nudged. It doesn't go from where it is now. I think he was hoping to do it off the next shot, but he hasn't landed with the angle he wanted. And perhaps rushing a touch. Misses a ball he would have expected to get. And Simon Fitzsimmons with the 4-2 lead with 4 minutes left on the match clock. It may only be a 20-second shot clock, but he's going to use all of that 20 seconds. Bit of a two-way shot from Simon Fitzsimmons. He knew if that drops in, he would have expected to finish, although he didn't quite get the position he wanted. When it stays up, he knows that Craig Lakin's chances of finishing from here are so tough. Bit of a bounce out of the centre pocket. He was trying to use the top rail to get to the ball over the pocket and skill shot it, open up the frame for him. But with 2 minutes 29 left on the clock. Yeah, he knows he's pretty much done in this match. Not a lot he can do, no chance of a finish. Well, I say no chance of a finish. He's got half a chance. Oh. Complete miscue, and that, I'm sure, will be Craig Lakin's last shot in this tournament. And this simple 8-ball to put Simon Fitzsimmons into the semi-finals of the Taom Shootout. And in it goes. Really solid performance from Simon Fitzsimmons. He hardly made any errors, maybe one or two at the back end when the match was all but won. From Craig Lakin's side of the table, he'll be disappointed. Got off to a really good start with a break and dish. Slightly loose safety in frame 3, and then some poor errors in frames 4 and 5 has really hurt him in this match. And the mistakes he was making at the end were more about the fact that he was trying to chase a finish and get himself back into the match, and he was up against it with the match clock. But it is Simon Fitzsimmons that moves on, and we will go down to the arena and join him with Jade.
Simon Fitzsimmons, you've played amazing tonight. You got to the final last time. Do you feel like you can go again?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Plus, I owed him one.
Payback then? Payback time?
Yeah, every time I play him, he beats me, so it's nice to get one over on him. So, yeah.
You've been playing well. You must be confident for the final now.
Yeah, there's no reason why not. This format, anybody can win, so still in with a chance.
Do you enjoy playing in this event?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Look at the crowd. Everybody's getting involved. It's brilliant. Love it.
No, we wish you all the luck for the next match. We look forward to seeing you.
Yes, thank you. Cheers.
Good performance from Simon Fitzsimmons, and he moves on to the semi-finals, where he will play the winner of J.J. Fall and Carl Boys, and they that will be our last quarter-final. And we will take a quick break, and we'll join that match when we return.
Welcome back to the Taom Shootout. Up next, a 5 times IPA amateur event winner, a Tri-Nations champion 1997, a South African champion 2003. He is the Pretorius Potter. His name is JJ Fall! JJ, just dragging you away from your fans there, mate. Just dragging you away from your fans. I believe you actually have a pool club. Do you have a pool club?
Yeah, I've got a club in Whitefield, Manchester called Savannah.
Do you have any of these tables, these black ball tables? Ross McGuinness and Michaela Tabb deal with them. Do you actually have one of them yourself?
Not at the moment.
What tables you got and how many have you got?
We've got about 19 pool tables, Supreme winners, 7 snooker and a couple of 9-ball tables. But I've been told the winner today gets to take this home, so...
Well, Matt Lawrenson won this already from the lads, so listen, a big round of applause here for JJ Fall. Good luck, my friend. Cheers, pal. So up next, we have a 4-time Moscone Cup winner. We have a World 8-ball pool winner. From Blackpool, it is Carl Box Office Boy! So, Carl, have you played JJ before?
Probably when I was about 12 or something like local singles league. Maybe.
I've heard the last time you actually played this game, you were 10 years old. Is that right?
10 years old in my mum's kitchen.
Was that on a little Argos table?
On an Argos table with 50 quid or something like that.
How do you think it's going to go against JJ?
I don't know, mate. Just happy to still be here, you know, and whatever. Like,
have you enjoyed the event?
Yeah, I think it's been class. Like, I think the boys have given English pool a small chance with this little setup, to be fair.
Thank you very much. And the crowd?
Oh, brilliant, yeah. Right on my street.
Brilliant. Let's give a good shout out for Carl Box Office Boys. Let's go.
Well, here we go, our last quarter-final matchup. And for me, the performance of round 1 was Carl Boys. I thought he put on an exceptional display to knock out Ben Davis from Wales, also a former world champion. And of course, JJ Fall, he also put on a great performance in knocking out the pre-tournament favourite, Liam Dunster 5-3. He really did play some great pool in that match and put Liam Dunster under a lot of pressure. Looked like he might get back into it towards the end, but a great breaking dish saw him over the line. It is Carl Boys to break. He has won the lag. Now in his match this afternoon, he hit 3 breaks and had 3 break and dishes. But this time, he comes up dry. Well, I thought he was dry, but he's made a red. Let's put that one going in. So can he keep his streak of breaking finishes alive? He's got a good opportunity. That was a better shot than it looked. Had to be careful not to overhit that and not catch the red too thick. Needed to make sure that red stayed near the centre pocket, not get too far away, because the further down the table it goes, the more blocked off it becomes. He's landed a little bit straight on this red to the corner pocket. I wasn't sure if he'd leave this as last ball or come down and get it out of the way and get back up table. Decided to come down. He may use the yellow that's over the pocket just to create a better angle for him. Depends what position he wants on his next ball. Chose to play it indirect and leave himself off the cushion off his next shot. It's hard to get right behind his next red. Just coming up short. The problem is if he's really thin on it to the corner. If he takes it onto the corner, he's cannoning the yellow and he's got no position off it, so he may look for a double. Guaranteed position onto the black if he goes for the double. And in it flies. What a start from Carl Boys. His fourth break of the day, fourth break and dish, moves himself 1-0 ahead in this quarter-final match. And that is how he played this afternoon, and that is why I said I think it was perhaps the performance of the round. Every time he got himself an opportunity like that, he made no mistakes and took them out. JJ Fall now needs to respond. Decent break from JJ, but White's been kicked into a bad position. Not a great first shot on. Any shot on a red or yellow and he'd be really fancy this finish. A black only bad ball on either colour set, and that makes that a great pot. Still not landed perfectly, a couple of options. Just those two yellows in the middle of the table, they're just tricky, they're not a huge problem. I think the top one goes. If you land on the top one, you can open up the other one. Don't think the bottom one of the two will go without getting rid of the top one, which that's what makes it tricky. And I think in an ideal world he'd like to leave one of those yellows there as his last ball, but not sure how he's going to go about those two at the moment. And once again, apologies if you hear any swearing coming from the crowd. Oh, where's the white going? Oh dear, disaster. Just when it looked like it was going to open up for him. I was thinking he may play on the double because he knocked the red onto the rail, which made playing on the black, you know, not an option, but he chose to try and play into the black instead and knocked the white straight into the centre. I think I would have preferred that black to just come off the rail a few inches, just make it easier. That's why he was trying to go up into it and cannon it off the cushion again. I think he'll probably give up on trying to move the black now and just go about his work, back himself to get good position on it. If he gets good position, shouldn't make a mistake. It's got the white a few inches off the cushion more than he wanted, but fairly comfortable pot for him. And in it goes. So punishes that mistake by JJ Fall and moves himself 2-0 ahead without counter clearance. Just looks to be in supreme form today. Started the event at about 8-1 with the bookies before the event started. And, making that look like pretty good value so far. Well, he has come up dry this time. I thought he was dry in the previous break, but this time he has. So first time today, Carboys is not going to break and clear. Shaking his head in disbelief. It's such a poor player's trait. Dry breaks happen even when you hit the brakes well. JJ just wants a little nudge on that cluster of 2 yellows and red. If he can just nudge that, ping the red open a fraction, then these reds are nice and open for him. Right, he got a little nudge on it. Would have loved a bit more, just to get it pinging out a little bit more. But I think it goes to the bottom right corner. And if it does, he can play on it. In fact, he can play on it now. It drops into the middle pocket as well. Oh, he's a little short again. Well, perhaps he was doing a disservice. Perhaps he was just playing for the one at the top first, and then he'll come down for that one. Make your mind up, time. Shot clock is ticking. Oh, he's a long way short again. Tough pot from here. Oh, brilliant pot. What a recovery shot. No mistakes with a simple 8 ball. There's a lot of pressure on that ball for JJ Fall, but comes up with a big pot, gets himself on the board, and he cuts his deficit to only 2-1. In his first round match, JJ Fall got off to a flying start over Liam Dunster, moving 2-0 ahead, playing some really good pool. This time he's having to do it from behind, but that finish shows that he's very much still in good form and capable of doing so. In a very similar way to his first break, the white gets sort of kicked and welded to the top cushion. Slightly better potting options than he had first time round, but still tricky. And that's a really good shot. Makes the yellow in the centre and develops the yellow on the side red at the same time. Wide open table now to tie the scores up. Well, he's sort of running into a problem because the yellow to the bottom left is tricky to get on. Not much room there. And from the angle he has on the one into the centre pocket, it's going to be difficult. He's got two reds blocking his path, so he has to go up the table first. I don't think he can see enough of the yellow from where he is to pot it. Looks like he can only see it about half ball. Attempted something extravagant at JJ4, but long odds to make that. He's in a world of trouble in this frame now. Be very surprised if Carboys continues with the safety option. This table is now at his mercy. Nice nudge to make things even easier. Overran the previous positional shot, but recovers with a nice pot to the top right. And simple from here. And in goes the 8-ball. Moyles moves 3-1 ahead, and JJ4 will be frustrated with that one because that's a frame that's got away. He had a really good chance after a great opening pot, developed his bad ball, just couldn't negotiate a path with the white to make the finish, and left Carboys the opportunity to counter clear, which he made no mistake with. To be in a very relaxed mood, and why not when you're playing this well. Another crunching break, perhaps the biggest of the day, but unfortunately for him, the black ball has flown in as well. And I say unfortunately for him, I mean, if those balls stay up, if the black stays on the table, I would fully expect him to go on and complete the finish and move 4-1 up. But now that it's gone back in, some valuable seconds are going to be knocked off the clock as the referee is re-racking the balls, and valuable seconds that JJ4 really can't afford to lose. Right, he's just going to want to replicate that without the black going in. And in goes the black again. Opposite middle this time. That really is unreal. Don't see the black going in that often from time to time, so 2 on the trot is very rare. And these really are seconds and minutes that JJ4 can't afford to lose, even if Carboys was to break dry now. Look at the shot clock, it's down to 13 minutes. Oh, this time the black goes nowhere near, barely moves. But he can't make another ball either. So JJ4, you have got just under 13 minutes to get your match and tournament back on track. Oh, chose to play the red off the yellow to retain better control of the white. Looked like it was going to drop, but hits both jaws and stays up. So Carl Moyles with another opportunity. I think that's just one of those tactical situations where red's are the dominant colour, pot yourself a red and then get to work from there. Now will Carl Moyles go for the finish from here? Three at the top, they're okay. They just need, you know, nice control around the top area of the table. The one does still go into the centre pocket, the one that's next to the yellow. So every ball's open, just with the situation of the match. Yeah, decided not to. I understand why. He's got control in this match. If it was a finish he felt wasn't 100% guaranteed, then he's decided to pull back. It's JJ with 3-1 down and just over 10 minutes left in this match that needs to push the boat out. He may have left himself the perfect angle. Pot one to the right, cannon the other yellow, full in the face and try and pop the red over the pocket. No, decided just to pop the straighter one and back himself to make the skill shot. Which he does, great shot. That's decent control. Would like to have been a hair straighter on this, but still a pot he'd expect to make. Just got to control the white. Very nicely. I say nicely. Looks a little straight to get right behind the black. Yeah, he was just too straight to be able to get behind the blacks, to try to screw on and off the top cushion, but big blockers up there. And that black was always going to be tough from there. What he has done though, with where he's left the white, he's asking a question of Carl. And Carl decided not to take anything tough up the top. Keeping the white on the bottom rail means that there's not a direct pot for JJ4. He's going to have to come up with a double of some sort. Well, chose just to play a safety, but he has left a pot on for Carl Moyles. I think he's okay. I don't think he wanted the double kiss. I think he wanted just the white to fall off the left-hand side of it. And I think he's still got the total snooker. Yeah, he has. Oh, what a great shot from JJ4. Fantastic. Walked away like it was nothing. That really was a brilliant shot. I just question whether if Carl goes on to lose this match, he'd look back on that shot choice when he didn't go for the finish. He sort of half went for the finish with a double that he was unlikely to make. He could have taken the one over the pocket, gone for the finish. If it goes that way, I would expect him to make it, but it wasn't a definite finish. The safety options have played out and he ended up losing the frame. Just when you win a frame, get yourself back in the match. Last thing you want to do is break dry. Not just break dry, but break dry with a messy table. And when you've got that match clock ticking down, you see it's down to 6:47. You really are in trouble. Oh, it's a lovely shot from Carl. Opened up all the reds now, just needs to work out the black. I think he's having a look to see whether he can double it without having to move it or nudge the yellows out the way in any way, and I think he can probably just about get to enough of the black to make the double. Just let that one run away from him. He had just too much angle on that previous shot. May have to use the yellow as a bit of a blocker, hold the white down the bottom end of the table. Maybe able to just hold the white without it. He did use the yellow, and it has held the white up, but only just. I think he's too straight to. Can't go into the black off this shot. Just drop it in. Yeah, and he's got the double that he looked at right at the beginning of this visit. Tried to come off the back cushion and make it off the yellow into the centre pocket. I tried to get a little bit more side on that and catch the yellow a lot thinner to make that into the centre pocket. We could well be in for our first black ball shootout of the competition. 3 minutes 26 left on the match clock. 3-2 currently to Carl Boys, but JJ Foal is in complete control of this frame, and in about a minute's time we could be 3-3. JJ Full does complete the finish, and he does make the scores 3-3. And we have got just over 2 minutes left on the match clock. It's Carl Boyes' break. He's probably going to give himself, or the first visit is probably going to get one opportunity to go for the frame, but they are going to have to motor through it if they want an opportunity to win it before we get to a shootout. But all eyes on the match clock in this frame. So here we go, 1 minute 50 left on the match clock. Crunching break, wow, absolutely massive. Carl Boyes, can you complete this break and dish in 1 minute 30 seconds? That yellow at the top left makes yellows awkward. Reds aren't too bad. Does the red go to the top left? How awkward are the two reds to the top right? We have just over a minute left. Left himself a perfect angle to nudge that red out, because I don't think it went. It'd be brilliant if the red nearest the top right corner pocket went from here, but I don't think it does. You just see the way he's come around the table to have a look. He has 35 seconds left to pot these 5 balls. He's still taking his time to work it out. Not sure if he's accepted the shootout or not. And he's got 15 seconds, 3 balls to pot. And the match does finish tied. The 30 minutes are up, and we are going to a black ball shootout. Now, let me explain the rules to you. It is going to be 5 shots, black on the spot, white ball, anywhere behind the line you want. Just like in a football shootout, penalty shootout. It's if the scores are still tied after 5, then the white ball goes on the centre of the bulk line, where a brown spot would be on a snooker table, if you like, and the black stays on the black spot, and you continue in sudden death format. And you see the referee is explaining to them what I have just explained to you. Relag to see who has the option of playing first or second. And JJ wins the lag. So he has the option. He doesn't have to play first. He could put Carl in first if he wants to, but he is going to take the option and go himself. And first one safely negotiated. No pressure, no crowd, no tournament on the line. These blacks are fairly routine for players of this level, but it's the pressure of the situation that makes it tricky. And Carl makes it 1 apiece. No mistakes, 2-1 to JJ. Crowd pressure, they are definitely ramping up the pressure on these two players. Both players choosing to play this pot the same way as the majority do, either side. Just playing it a nice natural pace and letting the white just drift around two cushions. No problem with going in off unless you miss the pot. And they both look like they've found the shot, and they look like they're in rhythm. This could be 5-5 the way we've started. And that one wiped its feet, but it dropped. And he moves 3-2 ahead. This is the first black ball shootout in the Taom history. As the first event back in the last year, no match went to a shootout, and none went there this afternoon. Carl looks like he's finding the centre of that pocket every single time. And we are 3-3. We have our first miss, and it missed by a distance, to be fair. Huge straight across that one. Score stays at 3-3, but Carl Boyes does have this shot in hand. And right in the heart of the pocket once again. All four of Carl Boyes' shots have been absolutely dead centre pocket. He doesn't look like he's ever going to miss. He moves 4-3 ahead, and that puts all the pressure onto JJ Fall. He cannot afford to miss now. If he misses, he is out. Nicely done by JJ, lots of pressure on that. Having missed the previous one, you want to at least make your opponent earn it and pop the black to win. So Carl Boyes has this black to put him into the semi-finals. And in it flies. And Carl Boyes is thrilled with that. What a great match. Absolutely fantastic. Carl Boyes got off to the flying start, moving 3-1 ahead, and then a tactical frame followed, and when JJ Fall was able to claim that one, it looked like the 3-3 and a black ball shootout might be on the cards, but he managed to complete the job. But Carl Boyes held his nerve and made all 5 of his shootouts right in the heart of the pocket. And we are going to go down to Jade, and she's going to get a few words with him.
So, Carl, Box Office Boys, our first ever black ball shootout. How did it feel to be in?
I'm just glad I potted a couple of balls there, you know. Managed to stay still and knock a few in, and luckily JJ missed, so that was the difference.
Since you've been playing amazing all of the competition, he did creep up though, which obviously got you into the black ball shootout. Did you still feel in control of the match?
No, I thought I was going to lose, to be honest, I won't lie, but I don't know if I've potted 5 out of 5. I've probably never done that in my life.
Yeah. Well, you potted well, you got there.
Yes, thanks.
So you are playing Simon Fitzsimmons, the bouncer. He did get into the final last year. What's your thoughts on playing him?
My thoughts are he's like my little baby brother. We call him Baby Boys, so it's one of them, innit?
A bit of brotherly love there then. So the best man wins.
Yeah, cheers, thanks.
Good luck. We look forward to seeing you next match.
And that does complete our lineup for the Taom Shootout 2019 in Wigan. George Tierney from Ireland will take on the defending champion, or the winner of the last shootout event in 2018, Jordan Shepherd. And Simon Fitzsimons will play Carl Boyes, who we have just seen come through that dramatic shootout over JJ4. We will take a quick break and return with the first semi-final.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Taom Shootout. We have now got the first one of our semi-finals. So without further ado, from Dublin, here comes the real number one. His name is George Tierney. So, George, you've made it through the semi. You literally hardly missed a ball, hardly lost a frame. How have you done it?
I'm the real number one. I keep telling everybody, they don't believe me. I'm the real number one.
So, hold on. If you're the real number one of Ireland, or the real number one of the world, who in Ireland would be like, I don't know, the real number 2, 3, 4?
It's kind of tough. When you go down below me, there's a few kind of in around the same level. There'll be Ronan McCarthy, Carlo Donoghue, fellas like that. They'll be number 2 and 3. It's hard to say which one is 2, you know?
It must be tough, it must be tough. Yeah. And maybe Tiny Doherty will be at home now. How do you think he's feeling?
Oh, good. He's probably crying. He's sitting at home watching this while I'm here strutting the stuff, you know?
This is why you're paid the big money. Give me a big round of applause for George Tierney. And out for the second one of the second finalists, semi-finalist. He's from Doncaster. His name is Jordan, the Wizard Shepherd.
Oh, I said it's true. I could feel the love. Can you feel it too? I could feel it all around. I could feel it all around. You know I said it's true. I could feel the love. Can you feel it too? I could feel it all around. I could feel it all around.
See, George can't even, look, he's still in the way of the camera. Look, he loves it. He just loves the camera, George does. What are you going to do in this match to George?
Probably destroy him, but we'll see.
Do you reckon he'll even get one frame?
Hopefully not.
And do you want to give a little shout out again to your boy?
Yeah, my little lad, I think he's still awake. Hopefully he's still awake.
How old is he?
5.
And his name?
David.
Let's give it up for David and to Jordan Shepherd. Good luck, boys.
So our first semi-final, and very confident words from both men. It's Ireland versus Wales. George Tierney, self-proclaimed real number one, versus Jordan Shepherd. And no disrespect meant to Chris Hampson or Steve Wall for George Tierney. This is a step up in class. Both Chris and Steve are fantastic players, but Jordan Shepherd, you have one of the very best players in the world. And George Tierney is going to have to really play his very best if he wants to compete in this match, because this is a format that is absolutely perfect for Jordan Shepherd. He excels when he's in this sort of environment. All his skills come out and he absolutely loves it. I think it's fair to say that Jordan Shepherd's had the tougher route so far, beating Chris Melling and Craig Marsh, 2 of the favourites for the tournament, 5-3 and 5-2, and George Tierney with 5-1 and 5-0 victories over Chris Hampson and Steve Wall. Now it is George Tierney to break, having won the lag, and just doesn't catch his break at all. And this is the last thing he's going to want. Wanted to start his first couple of matches with big breaks and was able to find finishes. This time, just not a good break at all, and neither player will want this. Well, this is a 30-minute match, 30 seconds on the shot clock. cutting down to 20 seconds after 15 minutes. This is the sort of break that can lead to 30-minute frames, let alone 30-minute matches. Well, Jordan Shepherd has an opportunity to open this bunch up. He's got a yellow, he can cut this yellow back to the bottom right, fly into the pack and see what his split's like. Well, he's made the pot, got all the balls moving, but they've all come back together and there is no finish on. The only yellow he can see is at the top end of the table. Not a lot he can do with it. I say not a lot he can do with it. He's made an unbelievable pot down the rail. But for the nudge on the middle pocket, he would have been going close to catching the pack as well. Great effort. How aggressive does George Tierney want to be? It's not too bad a split for him. He just has that one red on the left-hand side that's in amongst those three yellows. It's only ball he has to work out. All the others do have a pocket. He's got an angle now, take the red to the bottom right, he can then get into that cluster. He has managed to open it up, but he hasn't landed on his next ball. Under time pressure, ran out of ideas and ended up just potting the ball, but no positional play off that shot whatsoever. And not the best safety shot. Well, he wasn't trying a safety shot, he was trying to make that somehow, somewhere, and then he was going to be on the red as a double as his last ball. I think a safety option was probably a wiser choice, because these yellows from the top end of the table wouldn't have been any good for Jordan Shepherd, but leaving the white where he did makes it easy, well, not easy, but gave him an opportunity to go for a finish. And in the 8 ball goes. Jordan Shepherd goes 1-0 in front, and perhaps gifted that one a little bit too easily by George Tierney. Once he didn't land on his ball, 3 balls out, he should have found a way of probably coming up with a safety shot of some sort. Chose to chase a finish that wasn't there at all, and just gifted the opportunity to Jordan, and he said thank you very much. And he is up and running in this semi-final. a big break, but a dry break. George Tierney has immediately got an opportunity to respond to the mistake he made in the previous frame and get himself going. But immediately loses the white. Lucky not to go in off. I think he's still okay in terms of he's got a shot to the left centre. He can still snick that red in. Question is, does the red next to the black now go, or is the black being nudged to block it? I think the black is blocking the red, and that will cause George a headache. Well, that's not a good nudge. Needed a fuller contact on that yellow. Can't see enough of the red in the centre of the table to pot it. I think he can see the red nearest the black, but I'm not sure even if that pots anyway. So choosing just to pull back and block up the pocket, try and stop Jordan Shepherd from having a finish on. Jordan not worried about looking for a finish just yet, knows that there are no attacking options for, or very limited attacking options for George Tierney. To be honest, that was a pretty careless shot from Jordan Shepherd. I assumed because of the way he played his shot that that red didn't go to the corner. But having left that red to the corner the way he did, he's very lucky that George Tierney's missed that pot, because that was a good opportunity to win the frame, because he had the perfect angle to cannon into the black. That's a decent shot from Jordan. Takes the pocket, blocks off a lot of options for George. It's a really good opener from Jordan Shepherd. Yellow on the right-hand side nearest the centre pocket. Needs to work that ball out. Don't think it goes past the red to the bottom corner, even once the yellow's out the way. Is he just nudging it open for a double? I think so. He stopped in his tracks a little bit. He was worried that the red he cannoned into was going to sit on the black and make that a problem, but I think there's just enough room, so no real issues. Well, Jordan Shepherd had majority of the table to land the white in to have a good chance to win the frame, and he's put it in a one place where there's nothing he can do. So for George Tierney, the red to the bottom nearest the black doesn't go past it. Can he play the other red off the black to open things up? No. That's what he attempted, though. Played for it for the middle pocket, but it's landed straight to the corner. No problems at all. Took a couple of bites at the cherry, but Jordan Shepherd gets there, wins the frame, moves 2-0 ahead in this Taom Shootout semi-final here in Wigan. George Jerry will be frustrated because he's had chances. Had a good couple of chances in that frame. Lost the white early, had first opportunity. And then when that bad error from Jordan Shepherd came along, he wasn't able to jump on it. Difficult shot, trying to play the red down the rail off the black to open things up. He'll be annoyed not to make it. Looks like he tried to get a bit of frustration out in that shot. Really crunching break, as big as he's hit the whole day. Makes a ball. It's a nice big split. Good chance. Nicely controlled shot. Lands on this red on the rail, which is his hardest ball. Drops that one in nicely. Just needs to be careful now. All the reds are in really nice positions. Just needs to make his mind up which ball he's going to leave for his ball onto the black, because the black doesn't go to the bottom right, only goes to the bottom left. Looks to have left a lovely angle just to use the side cushion, avoid the yellows. And in goes the 8-ball. George Tierney is up and running in this match. Cuts his deficit to 2-1 with a break and dish. And to say, it was a very good break and dish. Big break, good pot down the rail, and then very good close control thereafter. Jordan Shepherd with a big break of his own. A decent split, but not great. Black's gone to a horrible position, and a big cluster of balls to the bottom left, which may be solvable. I think he could open it up with a plant on reds. It's a tricky plant on reds. Might be easier to just play in that area and try and open it up a bit more. Or more wisely, and you can play safety shots as good as that, it's the safety option. He has the total snooker. Made his reds in that bottom left-hand corner a lot better, regardless of what George does. George just trying to get that yellow away from that pocket and sort of say, over to you, Jordan, can you clear him up? Dangerous game to play. Jordan's hardest ball on the table is the black. I didn't expect him to miss that one though. Slightly more work for George Tierney then. The black's still a problem. 2 balls on rails to work out, but definitely a chance. Jordan Shepherd, who gets another opportunity in this frame, needs to make a decision. Which way does he play the black? Does he just play the black, float up and leave himself a double? It's in a really nice position for a double. Anywhere sort of level with it, just past it, just short of it. Got a decent margin of error to play on it. Or does he try and back himself to get on it down the rail? The reason I think the double's favourite is simply because of those 2 yellows on the right-hand side. They sort of block the path for the white and can make it awkward to be on it down the rail. And Jordan agrees, although he's come up a little bit short on this double. Would have loved the white to be almost level with the centre pocket, a little bit higher. But still makes no mistake. Really well controlled double. Would have loved to have been an extra few rolls up the table just to make it easier, but from where he was, made no mistake, moves himself 3-1 ahead, and it's another frame that George Tierney's had opportunities in and missed. In fact, both players missed bad balls in that frame. Another big break from George Tierney. Giving himself another opportunity for a break and dish. Oh, the misses are starting to creep in. We're into a 20-second shot clock. Final 10 minutes now. And the pressure out there being a semi-final, and I've seen a few misses from both players. Now, Jordan Shepherd, he needs to cannon into those 2 reds at the top of the table if he wants to go for a finish here, that neither of them go. Was attempting to there. Caught the yellow, not the reds. Wasn't a big target because of that yellow. May well look for a safety shot here. The reason I say that, he could keep things quite tight, just had to block the yellow to the bottom right, and knew he could develop his 2 worst balls in the process. Decent shot, potting that from using the cushion first, but when you have to do that, it takes some of the control of the shot away. Oh, George was just trying to float that up, and yes, he was trying to pot it, but he would have been happy to take the pocket. Didn't manage to do so. The only thing he did do was he nudged the red towards the left-hand side rail, which means Jordan was trying to nudge it out on that previous shot. Didn't manage to do so. And now it looks like he's just backing himself to make a double. And in goes the 8 ball, and Jordan Shepherd moves 4-1 ahead and looks certain to have booked his place in the final of this Taom Shootout. 4-1 ahead, about 7 or 8 minutes left. So much work for George Tierney to do. Jordan Shepherd so relaxed, he's happy to sign some autographs and interact with the crowd. Dry break from Jordan Shepherd, but a poor split, and he won't be too disappointed with that, because it's very hard for George to find a finish here, although he comes up with a brilliant first shot to give himself half a chance. And when you're 4-1 down with just over 6 minutes on the clock, you don't have any choice but to try and come up with something quickly. Another good opportunity for George when you feel he has to take with that match clock really running it away from him. Not ideal from George Tierney. Has to avoid some traffic in the middle of the table. Quite thin on this red to the top left. Wanted to be almost an extra foot down the table. Oh, he's controlled that really well. That's another well-controlled pot. So easy for that white to get away from you when you're that thin on it. And in goes the 8 ball with 3 minutes 50 left on the match clock. He manages to cut his deficit to 4-2, but he is still in a world of trouble. He is going to need something extraordinary if he is to get this match to a black ball shootout. Something like a 1 minute break in dish and a dry break from Jordan Shepherd and then another 1 minute clearance. It's very unlikely. Huge odds against. Well, giving himself the chance, makes a ball. Another good break. Really running out of time now. 2 minutes left in this match. It'll be almost impossible for George Tierney to find some magic to turn this one round. Yeah, once again, I just want to apologise if you can hear any swearing coming from the crowd. There's a lot of animated people out there trying to cheer on their favourites. And that should just about be that. 1 minute left on the shot clock. Jordan Shepherd trying to put on a show for the crowd, knows he's got this match won with 10 seconds left. It didn't matter whether that black went in or not. And that is the match. Craig. Jordan Shepherd wins the match by 4 frames to 2. Managed to get the job done when he moved 3-1 and then 4-1 ahead. Too much for George Tierney to come back into the match. And it is Jordan Shepherd that is our first semi-finalist. Of course, he did win the inaugural event in the back end of 2018, and he is back looking for more. And we shall find out how he felt about that match when we go down to Jade now.
Feels pretty good, to be honest. The real number one was probably like the real number 101 maybe, but he wasn't very good, to be honest. He didn't play very good.
Well, you got through to the final last time. Do you think you've got what it takes to go all the way?
Yeah, I hope so, but you never know what could happen.
What's your strategy going to be for this final?
Say again?
What's your strategy what type of gameplay are you going to go for?
Keep potting all the balls.
pot them fair and square.
That's it, yeah. Keep potting them.
That's what we like to hear. Massive well done, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you in the final.
Thank you very much. Star Jade, thank you.
Well, Jordan Shepherd is our first finalist, and he is, as I mentioned, the man that won the first event at the back end of 2018. And next up for us, it is the second semi-final between Simon Fitzsimmons and Carl Boyes, and we will return after the break for that match.
Welcome back to the Taom Shootout, the second of the semi-finalists. We have from Bury, we have the bouncer. His name is Simon Fitzsimmons. Radcliffe lads on tour, huh? Come on the bouncer. How's yours?
No, I've never seen him before in my life.
Oh, here we go. So, this is your second semi-final. I do believe last time you made it through to the final.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Lost to Specky in the final.
Lost. So, have you actually played Carl before?
I grew up with him.
You grew up with him?
Yeah.
You poor soul.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, back in our younger days, we used to practice a lot together, yeah, so I could say we know each other a little bit.
Happy days. A little bit of needle there, a little bit of needle?
No needle, no, we're just good
happy
friends.
Days, happy days. Right, let's get it on. Big round of applause, please. Simon Fitzsimmons. Go on the bouncer. The second of these semi-finalists coming out now. His hometown's Blackpool. His nickname is Box Office. It is Carl Box Office Boyes. It's smoking in here, isn't it? It's smoking in here. What was that shootout like?
Bit nerve-wracking, but
have you actually done a shootout before? You do that in the old bucket ball, 9-ball.
Yeah, but I've lost every one at bucket ball, so I was like, I have to win that one.
You've done well there, pal. You got 5 out of 5. You looking forward to this matchup?
Yeah. Me and Fitzy go back a long way. I've known him since he was about 16 stone. Now he's about 30 stone. So yeah, it's going to be good. Like
a few years ago, then. Listen, big round of applause for Carl Boyes.
So our last semi-final is Carl Boyes versus Simon Fitzsimmons. Simon Fitzsimmons, of course, made the final of the inaugural event at the back end of 2018, and we could have a rematch of that final as Jordan Shepherd from Wales is sat there waiting for the winner of this match. For me, I've watched every match today, and I think Carl Boyes has probably played the best pool amongst the players in action. Can he keep that going? Not far behind him today, though. Simon Fitzsimmons also played to a very high level. So this really is a very interesting matchup. Big break to start with, but it comes up dry. So Carl Boyes will get the first opportunity in this match. Wasn't able to open up the table as he wanted to, so forced into a safety shot. And it was a safety battle that kind of cost him in his last match in the semi-final versus JJ Fall, and it looked like he was 3-1 up and looked like he was going to run away with it. Didn't get the opportunity he wanted at 3-1 and ended up in a safety battle, which JJ was able to win, and then played some good pool to take it to a shootout. Just wanted to get that yellow the other side of the red down to the bottom end of the table, try and block that off, make it as hard as possible for Simon to clear up here. Of course, Simon got off to the best possible starts today, beating Jack Neild 5-0. Jack never really settled. First experience of anything like this, and then managed to beat Craig Lakin, a bit of a bogey player for him, 5-2 in the quarterfinals. For Carl, it was a 5-1 victory over Ben Davis in, for me, what was the performance of the day so far. 4 finishes from the break, including 3 of his own, 3 breaking dishes, 1 reverse dish, in a match where he played all but flawless. And then coming through it, the drama of a black ball shootout in the quarterfinals versus JJ Fall. Simon purposely playing it that way, off the yellow over the pocket, made it so much easier to control the shot. Only thing that went wrong, red just hung on the pocket. Not the end of the world for him, but he has given Carl Boys a chance, because the reason I say it's not the end of the world, the obvious pocket for the yellow next to the black is to the pocket that's now blocked by the red. But I believe that yellow goes to the right centre pocket. It did go to the right centre pocket, but he's just nudged it safe. Just feathered that yellow on the way by. And now the yellow is dead, doesn't go anywhere. Just went on the shot clock there. Just in time. Good shot though. Just got to consider the black. That's what he's trying to work out. What pocket am I going to pop that black in? Do I need to move it? I don't think he can pop that black without moving it. He might be able to get on it some sort of double, but I think he needs to move it, and he's got a chance now. Take this one to the bottom left. White can come up, cannon the yellow full in the face, and you can see his disgust. Always looks bad when you miss those sort of shots, but with the ball that close to the cushion, hard to control. Not a huge amount that Simon Fitzsimmons could do from that situation, but he would have loved that white to get maybe an extra few inches across the left-hand side so that he only left Carl the yellow below the black. But Carl deciding to play off it, backing himself to get the good safety shot, opening up his bad ball and the black. That's a great shot. Don't think he's quite got a total snooker. I think Carl Boys can see plenty of this yellow below the black. Can't do a huge amount with it, and because that red is right over the corner pocket, he needs to be very careful. I'm not sure his safety shot has landed. I think he's a roll short. He was open pot of that red and got himself pretty good position onto this black. And in it goes. And it is Simon Fitzsimmons that takes that drawn out opening frame and moves 1-0 ahead. Neither player would have wanted to have a tactical opening frame like that. Both players just want to get the balls open and back themselves to clear them up. And it is Simon that was able to work it out. Took him a couple of chances, but really good safety shot from a snooker that earned him the chance, and that he took. Well, those of you that have been with us all night will know all about this Carl Boys break. He's been breaking the most consistently and the biggest of all the players here today, making a huge percentage of break dishes so far. He's given himself another opportunity. Decided not to attempt it, just went for the safety option. Very White got kicked into not a nice position, didn't leave him many options. And he's just said over to Simon, left the same horrible mess to go at. The table isn't too bad once players can get into a visit. A couple of balls near rails and stuff, but fairly open. Definitely a chance for a finish. Probably yellows are much nicer than reds. And red right at the top of the table was not a nice ball. And obviously the red on the left-hand side rail, it needs to be got on and either played down the rail or doubled or moved. The yellows are far nicer, and that is an incredible opening pot from Simon. Yellow nearest the black does go to the corner past the red. The other yellow at the bottom end of the table does go into the centre pocket. So options there. just slightly annoyed that he didn't cannon that yellow fuller in the face to make it so he could have stayed on it a bit better, but not a problem to go the other one over the other corner. Kind of an either-or situation. It's all about how he gets on that yellow at the bottom end of the table now. The reds, sort of line of reds blocking it. You don't want to be too... You don't want to come down the table too much and be too thin on that yellow, because the black, you'll be going away from the black. Looks to me to be just off straight the wrong side on this yellow to the centre pocket. May have to play this with quite a bit of side, quite a bit of running side to get down the table below the middle pocket. You can see him get the side on, but has he got enough on? Looks tight. Oh, that is brilliant. So hard to do. Had to raise the butt of the cue a long way. Sometimes you get those shots and it's just a little mini swerve. That time he had to move that white quite a long way. Brilliant shot from Simon Fitzsimmons, and that gives him a 2-0 lead. It was a brilliant opening pot to get himself into that visit, and it looked like he'd thrown away that opening pot by not getting on his last ball, but absolute brilliance to complete the finish, moving 2-0 ahead in this semi-final. The big break from Simon. Looked like he was going to be dry, but one of the last balls moving just dropped in, feathered that yellow near the corner and fell in. Gives him a really good chance on these reds. Just about okay, would not have wanted to be welded to that yellow, but I think he can just get to the centre of the white, make position off this next pot more comfortable. He's not happy with that one. I'm not sure if he was... I thought the plan would have been to try and clear the reds at the bottom half of the table, then go up. And if that was the plan, then he's landed quite a long way short. He may have been playing for one of the balls at the top of the table and then come back down for this one because of the angle he had. But either way, he's not thrilled with the position he's left himself. But part of being a good pool player is having the ability to reroute, come up with a new pattern and go again, and Simon looks to be doing that now. He's straight enough, he can just come back a foot or so, leave himself the black to the top right. So just put him off the corner of his eye. Had to get up off the shot and then realised the shot clock was against him. As we have moved into the 22nd part of the match. The last 15 minutes of the match are under 20-second shot clock rules. Simon showing his displeasure to somebody in the crowd, whatever put him off. But he does make no mistakes. And the black was right in the centre of the pocket for a really good break and dish to move himself 3-0 ahead. And Carl Boyes is right up against it. Time in this match is running away from him. About 12 minutes left, I think. He needs to win at least 3 frames. It's just another huge break from Carl. Very good opening shot. A lot harder pots down the rail than they look. Now that he's made this finish, it won't take him very long. Touch fortunate that red didn't come down and get more in the way of the yellow in the centre of the table. Could easily have come down and just made that a bit harder. Still got plenty of room to get on it now. Although he is thinner on this yellow than he wanted, which means the control of this shot is just a bit trickier. And that looked pretty close to being a time foul. I think he was just in time. No foul given, but did cause him to miss the pot. Simon Fitzsimmons making very light work of this counter clearance. Often the way in Paul when your opponent misses last colour or last colour but one. Less balls in the way, less problems to have to negotiate. Players of this standard, they just have to work their way around the table and make it look quite easy. And with that simple 8-ball, moves himself 4-0 ahead in the semi-final of this Taom Shootout. Looks like we are heading for the same final as we had in the inaugural event back end of 2018. Both players having a really good discussion about the previous frame. Carl just explaining where he went wrong, I think. very big break from Simon Fitzsimmons. Made a break dish at his previous break, looking to do the same again here, and of course if he does, he will wrap up this match and book his place in the final. It was a good pot from tight on that rail, but the pot he expected. It was the cannon he was trying to get on the black and red, just to open it up. He managed to thread the gap, which means he still has to solve the problem. It's not a big problem. He can, from the right angle, he can pop the yellow. Once the yellow's out of the way, the black will go. So it wasn't a big deal, but a little nudge on that red and things would have just popped open and been almost unmissable for a player of Simon's ability. That's a brilliantly controlled shot. And the simple black completes the job. So Simon Fitzsimmons moves into the final of the Taom Shootout here in Wigan with a 5-0 victory over Carl Boyes. 2 breaking dishes on his final 2 breaks to complete the job, but probably the key moment in the match came in the second frame after a tactical first frame and the second frame looking like it was going to go the same way. Simon was able to come up with a brilliant opening yellow and then managed to make an amazing black to win the frame and get himself 2-0 ahead, and by the time he broke this frame 3, time was running against him and things were not going Carl Boyes' way. And we will go down to Jade and she will get a few words with him.
So a big congratulations, Simon. You're in the final. How does it feel?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Great game.
The best thing about it is it's the same 2 contestants as the last Taom Shootout. Do you think you can go all the way this time, or do you think...
I'm going to smash him.
What type of game are you going to do?
Same as always, attack like we always do, both of us, yeah.
Attack and output all the time. Perfect. So I just want to say a big, big congratulations. We look forward to seeing the final. And we've got Carl as well, so we'll say a quick congratulations to Carl as well. So, Carl, you played amazing all night as well. How does it feel to be out in the final stages?
Feels wonderful. No, I mean, I've rolled my luck. And obviously Fitzy played great there, and I didn't really, I had a couple of chances, but that's it. So good luck to lads at finals. But I just want to say thanks to Will and Zach for inviting me to play. I think you're onto something good here, and hopefully I can play again. Cheers.
Yeah. You're going to come back?
Cheers, yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Best of luck, thank you.
As Jade said, it is the same final as we had in the inaugural event at the end of 2018. Jordan Shepherd from Wales versus Simon Fitzsimmons from England. And we will take a quick break. When we return, it will be the final.
Welcome back to the Taom Shootout final here at the Q8 Sports Bar and Grill in Wigan. So, coming out first, it is from Doncaster, Jordan, the Welsh Wizard, Shepherd.
I could feel the love, can you feel it too? I could feel it, I could feel it, You know I said it's true. I could feel the love, can you feel it too? I could feel it, I could feel it,
Well, here we go again. It's getting a bit repetitive, this, isn't it?
The Shootout King by the looks. Well, I hope so.
From the Calcutta King. Anyway, we'll leave that one there.
We'll leave that one there.
So, It is the same final as we had last time, my friend. I can't remember the score of the last one. Who won?
5-3 it was, but Fitzy's absolutely buzzing tonight. He's played really, really good. I don't think I've seen him miss many pots, but he's played really good. And
you want to say thanks to the crowd? They've been fantastic.
Oh, the crowd has been absolutely amazing. These Wigan boys, the ladies, everybody has been absolutely unbelievable. They've made the event what it is. Just want to say thanks for turning up. Thanks to Will and Zach. And my little lads watching again in the final as well, which is it's really sweet.
Fantastic. A big round of applause, please, for Jordan Shepherd. Up next, against the Wizard, it is the bouncer. His name is Simon Fitzsimmons. Well, my friend, here we go again. Here we go again.
Here we go again. Yeah, I've been here before.
but is the result going to change on this one?
Let's hope so. Yeah, let's hope so, mate. Yeah.
Listen, fantastic. I'm sure you want to say thanks also to the crowd.
Yeah, obviously everybody that's turned up tonight makes the event what it is. Will, Zach, yourself, Jade, everyone else.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Listen, let's give him a big round of applause. It is the bouncer.
So here we go, the final match of this Taom Shootout 2019 here in Wigan. And it's the same final as the inaugural event. Simon Fitzsimmons versus Jordan Shepherd. Last time out, it was a 5-3 victory for Jordan Shepherd. I have to say, I think Simon Fitzsimmons so far today has been playing arguably the better pool of the two players. Coming through with a nice 5-0 scoreline over Carboys in the semi-finals. But he also had a big win, 5-0 in the first round. And Jordan Shepherd has worked a fraction harder to get to this stage. Simon really does look sharp so far. But a dry break to start, so it will be Jordan Shepherd who gets the first opportunity. Red and yellow at the bottom end of the table nearest the black here. Even though it looks congested at the top end of the table, it's actually those two balls at the bottom that are causing the biggest headache. Because they're so far away, but whether you go reds or yellows, and obviously he's chosen reds, they're quite a long way away from the rest of your work, so when you go to nudge into them, you've just got to be tracking the white a little bit further. Just makes things a little bit harder. Even after that Jordan Shepherd miss, Simon still has to work out the same problem. It was probably good for Jordan that I think he was probably trying to just nudge that red a fraction at the same time as playing a red off a yellow into the middle of the pocket. The fact that he missed both ends of the shot helped him, because if he had opened up the bottom end, then these yellows wouldn't be too bad. Really good idea to play the yellow off the reds to open it all up at the bottom end of the table, but with the yellow just staying up, and that red has gone into a position where it does go past the black to the right corner, and the black also goes to the right corner. He has given Jordan Shepherd an opportunity. Really well controlled shot to land on this red into the right centre pocket. Key is when he goes down the table, he needs to land perfect. Well, he's chosen to go down the table twice. If he'd chosen to come down the table and landed here as his last ball, then it would have been really simple, but it would have been riskier to do it that way. Doing it the way he's decided to go means he just gives him a bit more margin of error, even though the white's going to be moving quite a bit further. That was absolutely brilliant from Jordan Shepherd. Could not get the right side of his last red, so chose to leave it purposely low, and then comes round 3, 4 cushions to land perfectly on the black. Brilliant, and a great start by Jordan Shepherd. Needed 2 goes at it to get it done, but the second visit was fantastic, and he does move 1-0 ahead in this final. Both players started this tournament quite fancied by the bookies. Jordan Shepherd started 11-2, Simon Fitzsimmons at 7-1. I think they were 3rd and 4th favourites for the event. Quite surprising considering they were the finalist at the last event. And that's really unlucky for Jordan Shepherd. Controlled the white pretty well, but gets pinballed into the top left corner. Gives Simon Fitzsimmons a free shot and a pretty wide open table to go out after that. Just needed to make sure he left an angle that he could drift up the table, because the yellow in the top half of the table only goes to the right centre pocket, but I think he's landed absolutely perfectly. Could just top this through, use the side cushion if he chooses to. Wants to finish high on it. Looks to be perfect. Just follow this through. Trap the white to the bottom of the table. Should be simple from there. Just wanted a slightly bigger bounce. Just see him walk around the table just to see if this black will go into the same pocket as the yellow, because he can't hold for the black into the centre pocket. I'm not sure if he tried to play on the black in the same pocket or try and hold it. I think probably the former, play on the black in the same pocket and just didn't quite hit it hard enough. So this is tough. And it wasn't the pot that was the bad shot, it was the positional shot getting onto it. In fact, the positional shot 2 before, if he lands high, he gets on an unmissable black to the centre pocket. Finishing low, just made things harder. He still should have made the finish with a black into the corner, but just left himself short enough to miss it, and now he's in a world of pain. From hampered cueing and that close to the cushion, really hard to pick the right angle. And it was on its way down, I thought he might have done, but not to be. So free shot for Jordan Shepherd to open up this red at the bottom. It's not ideal. He just needs to be careful now when he works with these 3 reds at the top end of the table. Sheppy pulling a bit of a grimace, but this looks to be perfect. Lovely angle just to come down towards the black. And a really good counter clearance, made light work of that, did Jordan Shepherd. And that's going to be frustrating for Simon Fitzsimmons, because he knows that's a frame he should have won. He should be 1-1. Unfortunately, it did not go his way. He is 2-0 behind in the final of this Taom Shootout. You just see with the match clock ticking, the player that goes 2 frames behind, quite often they're round ready to break very quickly. There's still 19.5 minutes left in this match, but he still needs to make sure he gets on with it quickly enough. He doesn't want to end in a situation where he's chasing a finish with a few minutes to go. The player that's 2-0 in front doesn't need to give any consideration to the match clock. Well, that's very good from Jordan Shepherd. Only player to see that he feathered the white, called it on himself. Yep, there you go. It's a good call. So Simon Fitzsimmons does have a very good opportunity to cut his deficit. Landed on this yellow past the red. Just needs to be careful on the yellow nearest the black. There's a red that there's a bit of a blocker. I'm not sure if it goes into the left centre. If it does, then that makes things so much easier. It looks tight. It looks like it might drop into the left centre, and he could take it now. He'd be going away from his last yellow, but it would make things a bit easier. Or if he could take the one to the bottom corner and come back to somewhere where he is now. in goes the black. And Simon Fitzsimmons does cut his deficit to 2-1. And that was all about that first shot where Jordan Shepherd feathered the white, moved it about an inch forward, gave away the foul, which allowed Simon Fitzsimmons to come to the table and make a very good clearance, but one he would have expected to make after the foul. Jordan Shepherd didn't quite have the same opportunity, even though he feathered the white, but because where the white was, he didn't have the opening shot to get himself into the visit. So it's not like it was a guaranteed win for Jordan that got away, but it's certainly a huge point in that frame. Dry break from Jordan Shepherd this time. Good opportunity here on yellows. The reds, I don't think he's going to give much consideration to reds because that red on the left-hand side is pretty blocked off and doesn't go anywhere. All the yellows have a pocket, but you have to take the two on the left-hand side in the right order to be able to make so one can pass the other. And obviously the one he's nearest to is on the rail, so he needs good position onto it to make that a comfortable pot. Straight's not ideal, but I think he's got just enough angle on this yellow to do what he wants, really. He can come straight back, take the one nearest his hand, or he can go up the table. Up the table was the attempt, trying to knock the yellow on the side rail out, as the match just tips into its second half, and we are down to a 20-second shot clock, where the players really are put under pressure. And it's the foul. Simon thought he had a gap to the yellow over the pocket, couldn't quite get through, and gives away the foul. Didn't manage to get all the reds out in his free shot, but he has a perfect red to be able to get the one bad red out, and he's going to do that now. If that goes into the centre pocket, and I believe it does, then he has landed perfectly on the next ball. And the table is wide open for him. Shepherd looks to be in perfect position to get himself a 3-1 lead. And we have just gone past our scheduled finish time of 11:30, but no worries, we will be with this to its conclusion, so don't go anywhere. As Jordan Shepherd does complete the finish. So that foul proving costly for Simon in the same way that it was for Jordan in the previous frame. And Jordan Shepherd moves himself 3-1 in front. You can see Simon is really wanting to get himself into position to break as quickly as that triangle gets removed, because the shot clock is now under 13 seconds and he needs to win a minimum of 2 frames to get this match to a shootout, or 3 to win it. So time is against Simon Fitzsimmons here. But a massive break, biggest break of the night, absolutely huge. 1, 2, 3, 4 balls falling in. It's been a touch unfortunate. To make 4 balls and not be left an easy finish is frustrating for him, but he's made a good first pot. But it's that red in the bottom area of the table. It's well guarded by the reds. He's just looking at what angle do I want to leave myself on the red to the bottom left that will allow me to get onto the red to the bottom right. He wants to be on an angle where it's natural just to drift down and catch that yellow full in the face. He caught it just off full. Didn't catch it as full ball as he wanted to, and that's why the whites just tracked that 2-3 inches to the right hand side rather than staying on the red. Clever shot from Jordan Shepherd. Gets the snooker on the red at the bottom end of the table. I'm not sure if he can see the red at the top end of the table, but nudging the yellow over the pocket, blocking that up, opening up one of his own balls. Complete control of this match. Right, he's left Simon the wide open pot to the top right, but it's not easy to do anything with that because the red at the bottom is well and truly sewn up. He may try and come up with something creative off this one at the bottom of the table. And that really was a great shot. Deserves to be on this red to the corner. I'm not sure that he is. Great vision. Played the shot exactly as it's come out. Oh, he has. That was a brilliant shot. After playing such a magical shot, the previous shot, to miss this is going to be so frustrating for him. Wasn't easy, had to jack the cue up, and from that distance, when you're doing that, the white's going to be bouncing down the table. So easy to do what he did and just catch the jaw. Simple black by Jordan Shepherd moves himself 4-1 ahead in this Taom Shootout final. He's 4-1 ahead as the clock ticks over into its final 8 minutes, which means time is really against Simon Fitzsimmons. He needs minimum of 3 frames, 8 minutes to play. All the cards are held by Jordan Shepherd at this stage. And you could see the difference in the two players. The minute that triangle was moved, Simon was breaking. Jordan happy to take the extra few seconds, and that's all it was, a few seconds just to get himself ready. Watching those last 2 yellows like a hawk. Finally they drop and he makes the ball. gives himself an opportunity to take the shot clock or the match clock out of play and win this match at this visit. But he does have some problems. The black and red on the right-hand side are awkward. All the other balls are a bit more open. It's a brilliant shot to develop the red. Wondered whether he'd use the one over the right-hand corner and screw into the red and black, but chose to do it from the red at the top end of the table. And the advantage of that, it keeps the other red over the pocket to give him some control, and the black's in a lovely position for a double. And in flies the black, and Jordan Shepherd is the Taom Shootout champion. Fantastic performance in the final, and a fantastic performance all day. He knew with 3 balls to go, even though that was a tough double, he knew 3 balls out that he'd won that. You could see the smile on his face, and look how happy he is now, interacting with all the fans. Simon Fitzsimmons played a fantastic tournament, just didn't quite have it in the final. Made a couple of mistakes in the second frame and fourth frame, but Jordan Shepherd too hot to handle, and he is the champion. We'll take a quick break, and on our return we will have a presentation.
Good evening and welcome back to the Taom Shootout here live on FreeSports TV. Anyone who's been watching all day has seen the most amazing pool that they've seen in a long time. There's been a lot of quality, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but we are now here with our runner-up and our winner. So Si, so close but just not close enough once again.
Yeah, again, he's beat me again, hasn't he?
How are you feeling though? Do you feel the same as last time? Do you feel like you can maybe get it next time?
It's no disgrace losing to him, is it? I mean, he's one of the best on the planet, so I'm happy getting into the final. Just unfortunate I come up short.
Have you enjoyed the full day as a whole like you did last time? This crowd is a bit more rowdy than our last lot.
Yeah, they're mad.
Has it put you off?
No, it's not put me off. It's just great to play in front of a crowd like this.
Yeah.
Every other comp's silent, quiet, a bit more professional, but this is what we live for. It's brilliant, brilliant.
And we'll be seeing you in the next shootout?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Yeah, if I get an invite again.
And I hear you've got a christening tomorrow.
Yeah, my little boy, yeah, it's his christening tomorrow, yeah, little Alfie. He's 2-year-old, so a few readies to throw behind the bar for everyone.
We'll hope you have an amazing day tomorrow, and a very big congratulations and well done for coming runner-up.
Cheers,
thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have our Taom Shootout winner, Jordan the Wizard Shepherd. We are here again 2 times in a row. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. Honestly, I can't thank Will, Zach, Kev, yourself, the club, Seb, he's asking for a shout out. He's one of my mates, but honestly, the crowd have been amazing. The club, all your guys, everybody's been just amazing. I'm not the best loser in the world, but I'm alright when I'm winning. And I'd like to say well done to Simon. He played really well tonight. The final wasn't great, but he done really good to get. I don't think he missed the ball really to get to the final. And obviously, I'm going to have a trophy for my little boy, which obviously feels really, really good. And just a big,
I'm sure your son David is so proud of you as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll come to one in the future.
Yeah, he'll probably come to the next one in Murphy's, which is my own club. But big thank you as well to to Dougie as well. He brought me tonight. Just an amazing feeling. Obviously, winning the tournament on television just feels really, really good. Just feels amazing.
And we just want to say a big congratulations and thank you for entertaining everyone here and everyone at home. Big well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Your Taom Shootout winner, guys.
Thank you, Jade. Thank you.
I will now hand you over to my co-host, Mr. Kevin Moyles from Orange Media, who will do the presentation of the trophy.
Congratulations to Jordan the Wizard Shepherd. Well done, mate. Well done, pal. Fantastic. Whilst this is going on, I just want to say a massive thank you to Will Caldwell and Zach Leonard and Jade Slusarczyk. But when it comes to the...
And we just want to say a big thank you to yourself as well, Kevin. You've been amazing all night, hasn't it, guys?
Thank you, guys. And we're here obviously at Q8. Fantastic venue, and Carlton. Just want to a big round of applause for Carlton. Absolute Carlton, Lawrenson, fantastic, really, really proud. The lads were here till 7, 8 a.m. this morning getting this ready for us. What a great one, well done, thank you. So, our next one is at Doncaster. I do believe it's Murphy's Doncaster, Seb Webb. Yes, stay tuned. I think the real winner tonight, though, the real winner is Paul. Thank you. Good night.